Hello YTPC, Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. Today we're going to talk about what do I look for in a pipe. But first, in a 3-star pipe by Lee squat Rhodesian with lovely grain, I have got some of Russ Willette's Firestorm. Now I am not normally a huge fan of vapors, but if you toss in something interesting, I might like it. Firestorm has some Dark Fire Kentucky, and I like Dark Fire Kentucky. This is a pretty good vapor. So for today's topic, Ariege Pipe Smoker is celebrating a year in the YTPC. Now, if you have not subbed him, you should. He has got some phenomenal footage of the lovely Ariege region of France that he lives in, both outside the villages and inside. He's also doing quite a bit of really nice pipe restoration work, and he's done some tobacco processing in the past, and some of those videos are really fascinating. Great variety of content, interesting guy. Give him a look. His link will be down below. Now, for his 1 year GAW, he wanted us to tell what is it that we look for in a pipe. Now, it's no secret, I collect pipe by Lee. That, in fact, is the first thing that I look for when I am buying a new pipe. Is it a pipe by Lee? Is it one of their seconds, Briarly or Gold Coast? After that, I don't worry too much about the engineering or mechanics of one of these pipes. These old American factory pipes tend to be drilled very consistently and very well. Every single one of these that I have gotten has been a good smoker. No issues, no nothing. So I don't really worry about that like somebody who, for example, somebody who likes Peterson's but may be a little leery of some of the quality control issues that they had a while back. I really don't have to worry about that. So what do I really look for now? I look for things that plug holes in my collection. I've got 50 something pipe by Lee, another dozen Briarly. I look for nice examples of classic shapes that I already have. For example, if you look at the grain on this Lavat, it is absolutely gorgeous. That is going to clean up very nicely. The top is just needs a little bit of work. On this pipe, the gotcha is this stem. It is in need of some deoxidation. Now, I have learned how to clean up the stems. I've learned to do some pretty deep restoration, not repair, which you've seen on a couple of my videos. This one, I'm not concerned with. Even though that discoloration is pretty strong, that pipe is going to clean up pretty nicely. So if you learn to clean up oxidized stems, don't shy away from a pipe like this that has lovely grain, but you look at that and go, what about the stem? Well, you can fix that. Now, another thing that I might look for, pipe by Lee's were graded on the Briar from 1 to 5 stars. And they had smooth finishes, carved finishes, some rustication, things like that. I will look for a pipe where I already have the same shape, but I might not have that particular combination of stars and finish on the pipe. Keep in mind too that Pipe by Lee had 3 different variations on the stars themselves. They had an early 7-point star that was a brass inlay. They had middle years a 5-point star that was a brass inlay, and in their final years, as I don't know if their Briar was running out or their quality was just starting to decline, they used a stamped 5-star inlay, or not an inlay, just a 5-star stamped, gold stamped star on their stems. Those pipes, I've got a bunch of them, and they are still fantastic smokers. The stems just don't look nearly as nice as the inlaid brass. So an example of something like that, everybody knows I also like Bulldogs. That's for you, George. This is actually a pretty clean example. I have not touched this yet, just got it in, and it is a 2-star with the carving. I don't have a bulldog quite like that, and so I snatched it up when I saw it. It just fills a little bit of a gap in my collection. Now, am I going to try to get 1 through 5 stars with every possible finish in every possible shape? No. But when I see one like this, particularly a bulldog, that I like, I'm going to snag it up. Last but not least would be shapes or styles of pipes that I didn't know existed. Now, I was gifted a beautifully carved pipe by Lee figural Viking head pipe by Jeffrey Alton Carter a couple of weeks ago. And I've gotten a couple of other very interesting shapes that I've never seen from any other pipe maker, for that matter. One, a bent poker that I did a while back, for example. But sometimes it's not a shape that you've never seen before, but maybe just one that you didn't know that particular manufacturer made. So Brierly, the second line, had an entire subline called the Stroller. And these were short lunting pipes that had medium to large bowls, but very short, stubby, stocky stems. Some of them were a little more slender on the stem side, but a lot of them were pretty thick. Now, I have got a number of these strollers, but just recently I found a pipe by Lee that is in that same type of configuration. To give you an idea of how much shorter that is, that's a nice little strolling pipe. I have this type of shape. It's a sitter, but I've got this in a Brierly, but not in a pipe by Lee. Didn't know they made these short little stubby things in the pipe by Lee main brand. Well, now I've got one. So little things like that, where what I'm really looking for is either an improvement on an existing pipe, like that Levat. I think once I get that cleaned up, I have a suspicion that one is going to replace my current large Levat in my display case. Or I'm looking for something that fills a gap in my collection, either because I don't have that particular grade and finish, or because it's a shape that I haven't seen before. And I have a couple of those that will be coming up soon on my collection. So I think tomorrow I will probably come back with an individual parsimonious pipe, but today I figured I would just give Ariege an idea. What is it that I look for as a collector? And I hope you've enjoyed that. With that, folks, it's a rainy day here, but I'm still going to enjoy it. Light something you like. I like just about anything with Dark Fire Kentucky. And enjoy that afternoon.